What is going on? Today we have another super awesome car. We are going to be doing ceramic on this whole Volvo V60 wagon edition. The back we're going to be doing in 20%, so that's going to look factory. Front doors we're going to be doing 35. Full windshield we're going to be doing in 50. It's going to look super clean. Very excited for this one. He's also a fan of the channel, so that is really, really cool to see. Just starting to get more people that actually watch the channel. This is super cool. And getting ceramic nonetheless. So I hope we do not disappoint here. I wish I had a car to tint. It's really slow right now. Only done like 3 cars since money. Dang. That's no fun. Find other stuff to do. Anything to help with marketing and keeping up your presence and just like fun, trying to get some leads and stuff like that. Work on all of that stuff in the downtime because this is definitely a busy season right now. What is going on? All right, we're just gonna go ahead and jump into it today. We got a lot of work to do. I actually had to push off my afternoon appointment just a little bit because I didn't realize we were doing a full windshield, and I should have, but I didn't. But it looks like everything's good. Hope y'all are well. Let's go. Cool. I actually have most of the things set up today. So we're going to give it a little bath. A little spray bath. And he showed me a trick on the wiper blades to the front, which I'm a little scared to do. But there's a way. So wipers like these, when you pick them up, there's a handful of vehicles that do this where they'll actually bump the paint. There's a way to get them to stay up, and then you can raise them vertical. I didn't know that until today, which is pretty cool. I'm a little nervous to do it because if you turn the key back on or bump the wipers or something, they'll go back down and you scrape the paint anyways. What's up? Oh, just some more ceramic. All right. That's not a great start. Please tell me you didn't misplace like a big squeegee or something. Where's my big one? Maybe it got left somewhere. Spray squeegee spray. Oh shoot. Maybe this got left somewhere. Oh no. It's a bad way to start a stream. I'm thinking now because I'm like pretty sure I don't have it unless it's hiding somewhere in this box. Oh well. We'll figure it out. I have something. Canon. GoPro. Alright. GoPro. We got backup. This one will work just fine. I don't know what happened. I must have been on that windshield I did last minute. Yesterday. Favorite car to do a full tint? Right now, it's this one. No, usually it's like lame Malibus. They're just easy. It's like, you got a Malibu? All right, cool. I got the Avery tool belt, and I don't know how I've managed to get work done without it. Did you not have a tool belt before? Tool belts are one of those things that you either have a way to carry your tools around with you or you have a tool belt. Yeah, oh, I like that. It just stays up. Any tools, or you always want to have your tools on hand or very nearby. Because if you don't, you're just going to be wasting, like you said, wasting time walking around back and forth. There was like one of the few classes that I taught was that was like one of the number one things that I saw was like, I'm like, where do you keep your tools? They're like in a bucket nearby, like over there. I'm like, so anytime you want to get something, you gotta walk to it, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, here's a tool belt. There, you just cut your walking time down by like an hour. So much time. Should I make this a community post? So, I haven't found somebody to film my spot in at the glass shop, which is my my account, that I wanted to try and, film my spot. Haven't found anybody, but there is a for sure end date on that. So I will be here 100% starting July. Like July 9th is my last day there, so July 10th here. Oh, scrubby. Scrubby. I did that side, but I didn't do this side. We need scrubby. So that means more opportunities for, love that squeegee sound. More opportunities for other things here. So more appointments, live streams, classes, that type of stuff. All right. So, first thing we're going to want to do here is wipe off our window. We need a couple of rags here. These were freshly washed. Let's take out the big towels. And then we're going to tape it. When you have a lot of work in your way, get the stuff that is just going to be time consuming out of your way. Like standing around waiting for a windshield to dry. So we got some sensors here in things, cameras, that kind of jazz. On this windshield, no biggie, because they provided this lovely cutout here. Where did you get that roll of glass aid? I invented it. I have a stockpile for myself. This was purely for, when I did this was like, all right, I don't want to, if I'm going to be teaching, I need to do something about this whole blade on glass thing. So it's mine. I have my stockpile. It is depleting, though. I'm starting to cut through it, the last of it, and I'm like, oh no. There's no way that's true. Hey, you get fingers and bubbles on the sides. Fingers are from not shrinking it enough. So you definitely did not shrink it enough. I'm on the last roll of the 3. That's a good thing and a bad thing for sure. It means you're busy. Yeah, I'm out of rolls to send too. I had that ugly roll stockpile, and I was like, huh. I mean, do I just clearance this stuff? I don't even know. I just had it around. And then it was really the stuff, I was stuck with using most of the ugly rolls because it was like, no. Those rolls get sent to people. Here you go. You deal with the shit rolls. I'm like, dang. I don't even get a clean roll of my own thing. And then we ran out, though, so I at least have it. So on a wagon, you got usually a couple extra sets of windows. Same thing with an SUV. Not always the case, but sometimes they're generous and they just make the windows longer. On this one, we have some relatively interesting quarters here. Oh, that's nice. They're really straightforward. It's just funny to me that people say stainless steel doesn't stretch glass. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I was always on this fence of like, I didn't want to believe that it did. Because what else am I going to do? So a lot of the time, it depends on what shops I was at, but for the most part, it was kind of just like regular cars coming in and out. You'd tint it. You'd run your blade around the whole glass, and for the most part, it's so faint that you couldn't see it, but there's absolutely something there, especially when you look closer. And then every once in a while, that would be much more pronounced, and I'm like, So then people ask you, they're like, hey, do blades scratch glass? And you're like, no, kinda, you just gotta learn how to cut right. And their glass, some glass is made much better than others. So that's all of a sudden, Teslas came around. People were like scratching the hell out of Tesla glass, and it's like I never seen a more clear example of nobody's really talking about it, and then all of a sudden people are like, "Yo, I cut on everything," and then all of a sudden I have this. Like, what's going on here? Yeah, the worst part is it's on a black border. So where you're cutting is where you're going to see it the most. So especially on the big pieces, like little corners and stuff on tempered glass. But especially on these, something just creating a scratch frame. So I don't know if it's gonna happen today, but might be later on today. I have one window or I don't know. I have a car coming back in that's supposed to be, I don't know, he said there was a couple bubbles, or there were bubbles, but it was literally the next day after it was tinted, so little language barrier there. So I don't know. I might have to take a look at something and replace a window or whatever, but shouldn't be a problem. That might happen sometime today. Even I have some things that people ask about. Cool. So this is all framed up. I think we missed one, did we? Let's go check. Do you prefer Dawn or baby shampoo? Both, actually. Any tips for what? Sorry, there was a super chat there too. Thank you for the super. Yeah, I use Dawn and baby shampoo together. Cannon. Jose, starting it off with the 5. Thank you. How you doing? Good morning to everyone. How are we doing today?
Rios super chatted $4.99. Good morning to everyone. How we doing today?
Good morning to everyone. How are we doing today? We're doing great. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Good way to start this off. Okay, so things are taped. Things are getting ready for dry shrinking. What is the last thing that we need to do? We need to roll the windows down. And then we're going to tape them. Because if we didn't have enough things to prep, we added one more thing. I'm sad I ran out of the white, or at least most of it. I think I gotta grab a clay bar too here. My question, you almost answered it. Can you repeat it? I know. I was right in the middle of answering it, and then all of a sudden I got a super chat, so sorry. What's the difference between Dawn and baby shampoo? Dawn I always thought was a little bit more tacky. I can't tell you why they work well together with this film, but they do. Come on. There we go. Oh, thank you. I asked how the speckles along the sides of dirt edges. I'm listening and trying to repeat something. So reverse rolling, getting dirt speckles on the side that you're basically rolling to. So if I'm rolling all the way across, I get a little bit more specklage there. I don't have a great answer for you. I had that same problem, and every once in a while I still can see a couple. More so on that side than not. I always squeegee the whole outside of the film before I do the reverse roll. That was probably the #1 thing that helped me out. And doing things to try and keep the liner from like shifting away too much from the film was always a helpful thing too. But cleaning everything thoroughly inside and outside, giving there literally no chance for it to have picked up anything, that's helpful. What? How do we do this? Hello, Tint Studio. How can I help you? Yeah. What kind of vehicle? 2008 Malibu? Oh, 18 Malibu. Okay. Yeah, so that would start at $240 for all the sides and the back. Did you want to add a windshield to that? For the windshield, it would be an additional $130, so altogether you'd be $370. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. That was actually fun. I need to like somehow get the volume to go up a little bit more, but That was the first time that watch has ever been that helpful. I can't use my headset for phone calls right now because it's connected to the computer for text-to-speech. So, there you go. It's on the watch now. I was gonna pull the tape, but then I didn't want it to like right there. Guessing he didn't like the price. Yep, pretty straightforward on that one. Not surprising for a Saturday, because Saturday, 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock, you got people that are like just waking up. They have their checks from the day before. And then they're like, dang, I want to get my windows tinted today. And then they just like mad call around a bunch of places looking for anywhere that's cheap that can get them in today. And that's tough to do. Tough to do on a Saturday, especially in this season. So with messages, it's that times a bajillion. It's, oh man, spending the time to sit there and copy and type out a message response and answer lots of questions and whatnot, and just to have it be somebody that never intended to anyways. It's, whew. But hey, maybe, I don't know, maybe that'll be handy. I've only found your channel today, and this is amazing. Thank you. Yeah, welcome to actually running a real business. Like, it's funny because all I really wanted to do was like have different cars to stream while I tint, but in order to do that, I actually had to make my own business for it. So, you got to deal with the good, you got to deal with the bad, and build up an income and pay people to help out and stuff like that. So we're still making our way. Welcome to the Jeff Bezos of When did that start? Who start? That's not even a thing. I'm glad my 10 o'clock was a no-show. Now I can watch the master. Oh, thank you. How you avoid creases? You just say, not today, crease. I'm done with you. All right. So we're doing 35. We're in peak season, and this week has been dead. That's no fun. I don't know. Here it's been crazy. But I've been a part of shops plenty of times with nice weather and no business. You made me laugh when, in the last stream, when you killed your Blue Max and said, we fucked it, good stuff. I'm glad. At least it died, so people might laugh. We're using the hybrid right now. Why? Because that's how it goes. How full is the balloon? Oh, we haven't set that up in a little bit, and I don't have most people have been waiting, and then I got out of the habit of setting it up, and I want to do something that's more consistent. So, oh, yeah, for those of you that are just coming in today, The glass, my last day at the glass shop is going to be on the 9th. So, jumping back and forth between still mobile a couple days and then here a couple days and then, or like, you know what I mean? Like, so I was tinting there Tuesdays and Fridays, and I was tinting the rest of the week here. It'll put more time here. So I don't always have much time between appointments, especially with streaming. So now I'll have a little bit more time here to set up other things. At least that's the idea. What's the tape called? For the felt seals, we're using tuck tape. Couple of people sent me other options that are locally available to try out, so we'll have to pick a couple up and play around with them. You got a replacement? Unfortunately, no. So what I didn't know was that they stopped booking appointments as soon as I talked to them about like some type of a cutoff. And we didn't even have a hard date in mind. It was just like, yeah, probably a month. So they were booked out basically a month, and they just stopped booking appointments, and it is what it is. And they're like, yeah, we're not trying to stick you here. And I was like, oh, I feel bad, but thank you. I have a hard time, like, it's set up so it, like, I am that program, right? So I was hoping I could find somebody to replace me there and keep them going, but, I mean, I gotta do what I do here, too. Daniel!
Daniel
You know my
Rayner
brother's
super
name is
chatted
Daniel.
$9.99. Must have Master Po Matt. Hello to everyone in Hawaii. Joker Lang. Let's make
Must
that
have
moolah.
Master
Don't
Pomat.
chit-chat.
Hello to everybody. Hawaii, Jokelan. Make that moolah. Whoa. That is do chit-chang. What? Thank you for the 10. How you doing? Canon. GoPro. Oh, busy this morning. Trying to keep up with it. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of windows to do. Do you price crew cabs same as sedans? Yeah, typically. Same thing with coupes. Like, and coupes you can make the argument for like, well, it's only 5 windows, it's not 7 or 10 or whatever. And it's like, yeah, but you still got other obstacles. I gotta crawl in the back of your car to tint that window, and it's just, it's nice to have similar pricing across a lot of different groups. When you start like, it's just been always a pain. When you start like pricing based on sheer amount of windows, it's like, no, price it based on, if you want to do vehicle difficulty in there too, that's totally fine. But having some sort of a base thing that you can rely on, so most vehicles are this, and that encompasses just a broad range of stuff, it just makes it much better and easier for you. It's like, because then you get a person that's like, how much for the front doors? Okay, what if I don't get this one? What if I get this one? 10 windows is this much. Just whatever. Crazy full, 3 fulls, 3 sets of doors. There till 7. Nice. Have a good day.
Daniel Rayner super chatted $9.99. Just because I'm feeling good. Get some donuts. Hurrah.
Get some Daniel Reyna with the 10. Just because I'm feeling good, get some donuts. Sounds good. Glad to hear it, man. Really glad to hear it. I had a big piece of cheesecake yesterday that I probably shouldn't have eaten. I'm to the point where I keep things even. And then if I add too much, if I start eating snacks and stuff, I can't. Oh God! Cannon.
Daniel Rayner super chatted $9.99. Oh, here for the coffee, lol.
Oh, here for the coffee, lol. Thank you, Daniel. Holy shit, that's a whole bunch of super chats today. Thank you. Much appreciated. I'd run out and grab a Starbucks, but I brought mine already. Well, made, yes. Home coffee. What are we doing? GoPro. We got extra ceramic. So we're just eating into some brand new rolls here. Good God. Good God, man. Daniel Reyna's feeling really good today.
Daniel Rayner super chatted $9.99. Oh, add some sugar.
Thank you for another 10, man. Add some sugar. I do add French vanilla or mocha creamer to my coffee. It's like the one thing that I do every day. And then I try to avoid some snacks, but you know, it is what it is. But summertime, as you keep moving around, you're burning that energy. And then wintertime hits, and then if you slow down, you're just like, uh-oh. Where do I put that? I guess there. There. Okay, let's put that there. We moved to the Russell 1000. Yeah, GME. It's been making moves. It's been climbing in the 200s, which is pretty cool. Hasn't done a lot to go super high up. But it's still hanging in there. T21. Oh, I'm so tired of all the predictions. It'll happen when it happens. There's like people that are trying to super sleuth it night and day, and it's like I'm at the point where it's you can try and guess it all you want. You can try and chart it all you want. It's going to do what it's going to do. But give us some time. It's not over yet. All right, let's get these corners. I feel like I'm getting better at doing my corners. For a minute, like, window tinting's weird. You'll be doing everything fine, and then all of a sudden you'll just, like, start messing something simple up. And my corners, it was just, I don't know. It was like top edges for a little bit, right? Remember how much I was sucking at top edges for a minute? I don't even know why. And now we're doing much better with them. I don't know. Let's keep going. So I got a message yesterday, and I was asked if I could do... I talked about this before. But I was asked about doing a... I don't know, like, there were people that wanted a class. They're a company over on the west side of Michigan. And then they were wondering if they could just come watch for a couple of days. And I'm like, but I stream. That's my problem. How do I have people watch and stream at the same time? And like, yeah, like you can watch on the stream, duh, but in person, I don't know. I was seeing if I could figure that out. I haven't, like, kind of come up with an idea, but it seems very hectic. So, I don't know. Would it be weird? I feel like it'd be weird if I had people, like, kind of standing around here while I was doing a live stream. I don't know. Maybe not. Or maybe I could do a half-day class thingy on one car, and then another thing where, like, I'm still doing the stream and they can be practicing here. Which side should I tuck in first? I always tuck in the big side first. It's easier to get the majority of the film out of your way and then do the smaller side. You'll see that if you go back through. See, these are those things that you'll start to notice later on. I guess especially if I point it out. If you look through every door that I do, you'll see, especially on the front doors, it's always the big side first. On windows like this, like this side's a little taller than that side, but you'd be fine either way. They both give you space. But you'll see. What do we gotta do? No, I don't. I must have lost it. My Libman squeegee. It's the only thing I can think of. I guess I misplaced it somewhere. And then that's gross. Okay. Alright, I gotta do something here really quick. 1 second. I gotta wash something off. So, hang out. Canon. All those boxes. It's deceptive. Some of them, a lot of them, are near the end. It's a collection of all the film that I've gone through recently. Like, not recently, but yeah. less than 6 months. It's gotta be, right? Yeah, definitely less than 6 months. It was like, you're near the end of the roll. I didn't know if I was gonna like stack them up anywhere. There's like cores in there, small end pieces and stuff, like things that I could still use. But I didn't know. I'm just gonna end up throwing most of the ends out or whatever, because it's like little scrap pieces on the ends and stuff. I just wanted to make sure, because like when you're running back and forth from one place to another, you're loading, you're unloading, you get to like ends and partials and stuff like that. You know, and I'll bring out the rolls, I'll leave them here, and then I'll throw them over there and whatever. It's just everything gets a little scattered, so I didn't want to do an inventory of everything that I had, see what I needed. I mean, yes, they're all full, brand new rolls. Mm-hmm. Oh, what are you? What are you? Uh-oh. I think we've been tinted before. You got glue there. Came off really easily, though. I think we've been tinted before. That's a red flag. Always be careful. Whenever you find glue in some weird spots, just keep an eye out for more glue, because you don't know where. You don't want to tint the whole window in ceramic, for example, and then have to do it because you missed a little glue spot. That would make me very sad. So now we're going to have to definitely go over it. Like, there's a couple of spots that I saw in some other windows. They were just like miscellaneous little adhesive spots, though. Nothing super alarming, and it didn't look like it was tinted before. But that definitely seems like it may have been tinted. I don't know what else it would have been from. All right, now I can get back there a little bit more. When practicing, do you scrape the window every time? No, you just need to do it the one time, unless there's glue left behind from when you peel off a piece. It can be helpful to go through the motions, but once you scrape it the one time, you're not going to do anything by scraping it again. Most dirt comes from improper technique there. See? Big side, little side. Always. Unless you don't, you know. But, you know, things get a little backwards when you go to, like, the other side of the vehicle, right? Because, like, on this side, we're sticking a little bit. Make sure that we're... Good Lord. Good Lord. There we go. Yeah, you just want to make sure that everything's covered. Go on the big side, but when you're going to the other... When you're going to the other side, your hand motions are kind of opposite. Silicone spray? Oh, on the window tracks? I didn't miss the beginning of the question, but it's nothing you got to do with window tint. If it's leaving streaks on the window, just try and make sure it's thoroughly clean before you go to install it. You don't want that underneath the film. I like half bit my razor blade. It was just annoying. It was right. Oh, see what I mean? Dang. We should have checked up there more. There's this piece is gonna be rip here. Little glue right there and a bigger glue spot right there. It's like a small little, like almost like a big speck there. I can't clean that. There's too much stuff in the way. It's just gonna get dirty. So rip ceramic. That's what happens when it's already tinted before. I thought we had everywhere, but apparently we were not. Luckily, we have a short roll here, so at least it shouldn't be that bad. This is a 20-inch roll. God, these look small now. So used to 24s. Yes, we gotta be very thorough. I don't know how that happens. It's like, you know where there can be glue, and then even still, it just throws you off or something. To where I just forgot about that one little spot, because I don't think we scraped up there very well. But that's where there's glue, all the little hard to reach places. But we don't accept that here. We're gonna make sure it's a good job. Cause ew, glue. Gee, look at that. Getting so much better at just everything again. Maybe a slow season, out of practice. It was sticking a little bit too, so I'm gonna try something to maybe make it not stick quite as much. We'll see. This will actually be a really good test for me. But look at that. We already get a pattern. Good. Our window is already pretty clean too. So somebody asked, do you have to scrape it again? No. When you cut the top edge, do you place the blade on an angle? Not as much, no. I start to, it's got like a 45, but it's maybe a little bit steeper than that. But you kind of like hold it little, like, Yeah, doing a really bad job of explaining this. Like this. So it is like a little angle, but like it's kind of straight too. It's just cocked down a little bit, and then you just go mostly straight across. That seems to be where you get a nice clean top edge. Yup, it's ceramic. Oh, it's right there. Wow, that's a good place for it. Every mistake hurts extra. But we had a bunch of super chats, so like it's all good. Also, it's just part of the gig. Okay, so we're gonna try this. So I don't know if I don't think there's any type of like hydrophobic coating. It's not what it strikes me as. It's just this is definitely sticks a little bit more. And I don't like that. I don't like when it sticks. So that's why we have kind of the crazy slip solution that we do. Dawn, baby shampoo together. Just make sure that a little bit out here. But also this time around, our window's probably going to be a little bit cleaner because we just saw that and then pulled off a lot of whatever was there. Not necessarily a Volvo person, but this one's awesome. Yeah, I like this one a lot. This one's cool. It doesn't have an aisle, I don't think. It's got a bench in the back, and it's kind of long. So, like, we're looking for something with an aisle in the back. It'd make it easier, because when you got to take a baby out of a car seat and then change it, that'll be really helpful. What engine? I have no idea. I don't remember. He did say the Buick was faster, but he liked this one better. Because Buick came out with their wagon too. Their Regal wagon. That's what I'm thinking. Lamborghini. Yes. Why not? Sorry, I'm new here. Where do I get that plastic for the door panel? Carpet shield. Why does Nowhere Local sell sheathing tape? Really? Nobody? There's got to be similar things. Maybe it's just not called sheathing tape. I've had a couple of recommendations. Somebody posted them in the group. I just don't remember what they were called yet. But I took down a couple notes. What's the price of this one? Enough. I think I made a mistake. I actually underquoted this one, but it's all good. Didn't realize it was a wagon, I think. And Nick didn't quote it, so that's the problem. We're doing 6 for this one. Packing tape works okay, but it's thin. I like that. The thinner the tape, to me, the better. But yeah, it's got to be able to like cling pretty well and hold up. And packing tape, it depended on the packing tape. It was hit or miss. But I thought it was like a really good start. And then like people have been using whatever tape that they want to use for like a long time. Taping is not new. Not by any means. I'm way late to the party, but figuring out what works best is fun. Tuck tape is a solid choice for sure. You just got to get it on Amazon. Unless you live in Canada. Then you can get it at Home Depot, Canada.
K_K_ super chatted $4.99. Looking good.
Super chat. $5. Looking good. KK, thank you for the 5. I appreciate that. So we got this little guy here. We're gonna make sure this goes down. Much better. Much better this time around. Woo! That's one done. And then what's cool is like, you see how wet all the sides are, and this is still like wanting to cling to the panel, but it comes off clean. So be a little cautious around chrome trim though. I have seen that be a little bit of a problem. And then don't pull it off all too fast, but I've used this on not for very long, but on quite a range of vehicles so far, and it's been really consistent. More consistent than carpet shield. But I don't even think tuck tape necessarily sticks super well to panels either, so it's kind of just like, seems like no matter what the situation is, it's do the best you can. All right, so we're gonna cover this up, and then we gotta grab a razor again. Big panel. Look at that. Sticking nice to this one though. This is how I wish it stuck to everyone. Like, look at that. That's pretty solid right there. Nice, good amount of cling, covers it up, makes you feel better. What's the green squeegee? 1 second. Hello, Tint Studio. How can I help you? Hi, Tint Studio. How can I help you? For a did you want to add a windshield to that, or are you just looking for all the side windows and back glass?
So when you say add the windshield, like, is that just the bar or the whole windshield?
That would be the full windshield. I can give you quotes for
Okay, yeah,
what.
I might want the windshield, but how much is it with just the windows and
Okay, so all the sides and the back, standard tint job, that'll start at $240. That's in a color stable dyed film. Comes with a lifetime warranty, and you can mix and match the shades any which way you want.
okay, cool. Sorry, I'll be there in like
Oh no, I'm booked out through July.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Alright, thank you.
no problem. Sorry, man. What the? All right, cool. I'll be there in 15 minutes. uh, I. If you wanna like come hang out, sure. No. What did I tell you? Saturday comes around, and that's where like it's the last minute crew of I need my tint now. We all heard that conversation. Good. Good, because now this is a thing. We field calls on stream here and there. I'm glad that worked. That was awesome. I'm booked out through the 10th right now, and we're holding off on adding appointments too because I'm now taking a vacation. So technically till the 10th, but now we got to stay till the end of, well, basically through most of July. So, but more often than not right now, everybody's calling around trying to get booked into somewhere, and that's just the way it is. It's booked out like a month plus everywhere, so it's not uncommon for them to like just, oh shit, really? Okay. Oh, somebody asked about the green squeegee. That's my own Detroit Tint Studio squeegee. You can find that at mytintstuff.com. Nobody else has that one. I can guarantee you he's not watching the stream. That's how it goes, though. You know, those jobs can be, that's a lot of the clients that I dealt with at a lot of shops for a very long time. It was always the impulsive, like, I need tint now. And then even if you're scheduling it out 2 or 3 days, then you're not, ugh, like, it was too long. And, like, I get it. But you want to... the type of clients that I'm going for, and I actually just have a really nice economic advantage right now because of how backed up it is. It's just, you know, I want to be able to take a good amount of time with your car. I want to do as good of a job as I can, and that's going to take time. And then as that demand builds up, you know, it's just going to get booked out. So that's where you guys come in. You guys can take all the people that don't want to wait. No, some of you are building your own and have your own really good client bases too. So that's awesome. Come on, Chink. There we go. But yeah, like, I don't know. It was really interesting in the beginning because I have been a part of a few shops now that have started from the ground up, and both of them did it similar to one another. And what I didn't really realize is that you can kind of, the way that you want to build your business, you can go after the types of clients that you want to and accommodate those people. It's just, you got to figure out what attracts those people to your shop. So it's tough to stand out in the way you want to stand out. So more often than not, people will just try and be accommodating to everybody. And I try to be within reason. So it's just whatever makes sense for the business. 36-inch rolls, big enough for side windows? Yes, on sedans. Sedans, coupes, anything with glass like this. SUVs, they start getting a little taller, so you're looking at more like 40-inch rolls. But you can get a good amount. I think this is 24. Want to see your work in person? That'd be cool. I try to make it good. I always get nervous. No, it has to be. It has to be good. We have actual people getting actual jobs. And I actually had to, like, I've had to fix a couple of windows here. So I had a BMW 430i Grand Coupe. There's a live stream we did of it. Wow, I shouldn't have done that. I thought that was going to go out sideways. That went totally up the side. Had a couple of arguable specs. They were pretty small, but there were some spots where it was like on both sides, both doors, front doors. It was just like there's one here and there's two here, and they definitely bordered on being a little bit bigger. And somehow, I just didn't catch them while I was doing the job. So it was definitely in that realm of like, it'll bother somebody when they see it, like to a point. So brought it in, redid it, and then had an escape for 2 doors. Had to redo one of the doors for a couple of speckles. I couldn't find them, but it's okay. And then I think I'm having an Impala come back for, I don't know, language barrier. Because he called me the next day saying that there were a couple bubbles, and it's like, well, it's been a day. And he's like, okay, I'll be there Saturday. It's like, all right. We'll take a look. So it happens. Cool. Looks like we had enough anyways. So what's fun about this corridor is this one is a lot of room. Anyone with a nice solid dot matrix border, and then you got, it looked like it was going to be like a rubber gasket on the inside or something really tight. It's not. You got a lot of space on this one. No shrink? Not on this one. So most of the time I do anyways. Regardless, this one definitely is just kind of like overall. You got a large matrix border. It's pretty flat. Sometimes do as I say, not as I do here. But on this one, no, definitely not. But it wouldn't hurt if you did. Wouldn't hurt at all. So if you are unsure, just shrink it. Will a 24-inch roll cover back windows? No, it won't. Most back windows it will not. On wagons, yes. On some SUVs, yep. On sedans and coupes, usually no. You can get by on like a Camaro and a Challenger, and that's about it. There's a handful of other ones out there. Those are the popular ones that I'd get. This right here, it freaked me out. I saw white little, a couple things that look like glue spots, and I like flipped out a little bit. And then I went to touch them, and I'm like, oh, it's on the outside, thank God. Sweet! Look at that. 2 doors. And it's been an hour. Man, I currently work for a dealership. I recently got got to dealership for tint under my business. Should I try to train someone or hire somebody with experience? The best people seem like they're the in-house trained people. Finding the right person is really tough, though. I've never succeeded in finding a tinter that has experience. Never. It worked for like a time. They're their own business people, though. I mean, I hate to say it this way, but generally speaking, the people that are kind of just like seem like they're relatively competent, looking for a job, and never really thought about going on their own are usually the people that you can train and keep in-house longer. Doesn't mean that they won't go and start their own shop or whatever, but it's generally been how it is. Not everybody wants to, but more often than not, you teach somebody how to tint. I mean, all they do is they look at the invoice and they go, oh, I get paid this. I just did a job that's worth this. I guess I'm just gonna go do this on my own. There's more to it than that they don't necessarily see, but, you know, hey, I have my own place too. It's a longer road to train people, though, much longer. But you can teach people how you want to do things and how you need them to be done. That's the same thing twice, though. What would you recommend? Ask the shop owner if I could pay for training or see if they'll hire me with a little bit of experience. Well, the better thing for you is always to get paid while you learn. So if somebody's actually willing to do that, then sweet. But it's tough because it costs the shop money to train you. They've got to slow down in some way. They've got to put resources towards you as much as you try to compensate for, like, you know, I can clean up things, I can do this and do that. And you can definitely help them out. It's still going to cost them money. Do you get dirt from the top when you spray it? No. It's not like a waterfall going down, just drip, drip into my tint. How many days after you opened your shop did you have your first customer? Ooh, I don't know. My shop was set up differently because I set it up from home first. So mine was just kind of like a gradual thing. I had a, you know, obvious experience doing it, and then it was just I spent way too long putting together a website, getting pricing together, doing this, doing that, and just like kind of like I used it as excuses to kind of put it off. And then I was like setting up the garage and I was making it look really cool, and then I was like, oh, I want to put this in there and I want to put that in there. So I don't remember exactly when I got my first customer, but it wasn't too far out of having some type of local presence to at least start getting inquiries about it. There's a lot of people that grow through friends and family. That's really effective. It's kind of just like window tint. I think the strongest is always referrals and repeat clients. So it'll take obviously clients a while to come back to you, but they have friends. If you do a good job, they're really impressed with you. They're just like, man, they'll tell people about it, and then you're like, oh, well, you know, their friends weren't necessarily thinking of going to get tint, or maybe they were, they just didn't know where to go, and then they get that suggestion, and then now they feel like they want to go get it too. But yeah, there's other people, they've started way quicker than I have. I think it was a pretty decent grind for me to get going. And I'll always suggest keep something in the background while you're pursuing tint. If you build a shop, make it, you're okay, I'm ready to go. Where are my clients now? It's going to be a little bit of a slow grind for you in the beginning unless you just happen to catch that wind. So starting from home and starting cheap, I think it's a great way to go and just start building up a client base. Bing. Oh, it's not everybody is the crazy person I am, alligator. True. True. Hustle will get you farther quicker. Similar story with Jason from Chicago Auto Pros. Oh my God, he was it's like so many suggestions. He'd go everywhere looking for work. And that gets your name out there faster. Just, doing clever marketing, putting your name out there, delighting the customers that you have rather than just treating them like another customer. All those things go a long way. Like, it's actually cool with this one. So he had mentioned that he likes the channel, and I was like, oh shoot, that's awesome. All right, we're doing full ceramic with the windshield. This would be a great one to stream. And then I'm looking and I have a 1 o'clock appointment. I'm like, somehow we booked it at 1 and not like 2. And I'm like, it's just, I want to make sure I have that time. So then I called my 2 o'clock and I was like, hey, or my 1 o'clock, and I was like, hey, would it be a problem to like push the appointment just a little bit later? He's like, no worries at all. I was like, okay, perfect, thank you. And now we're streaming this one. So hopefully my 2:30 doesn't watch the channel. I don't know. How do we pick what to stream if everybody wants me to stream? Well, this is going a little better, huh? Bing. Bing. Sweet. All right, let's grab these 2 things. But it's pretty crazy because we started March. First client was March of last year. It's like end of March. May, June? No, it was March. It was definitely March. I have a live stream. And then from there, we're a year later, and things are busier. Next year, like, you just keep going. It builds. I know that for sure. Seemed like year 3 for some places was like just, that's where it really teetered the other way. Went from being like somewhat busy to like pretty consistent. And then they'll always have those slow days, or at least they, like, I say always, and then then we got like a huge surge of people from everything that happened. So I don't know. Maybe it'll keep up for quite a while here. Okay, now we can shut it. Shut it. Now it's quiet. Okay, good. We need one more. We've thrown out blades. We've thrown out blades. Carpet shield. Was that loud enough? Do you use the carbon line much? Yes. Yes, I do. Actually made up a good majority of last week's appointments. Some into this week, too. It's been really consistent. I like it a lot. It's a good fit. These past couple of weeks, I've done more carbon and ceramic than Pro Classic, which has been super cool to see. Oh, there's that. There's that right down there. Glue spots. But as far as glue goes, this one comes off really easily. Some of them, like, really have to scrape at them sometimes. This one's just kind of, like, falls off. So, just as long as you make sure you hit it, it's gone. So you have new tape. This is just the. This is the red. It's the same as the white. It's just red. So I guess it's not exactly the same, but as far as I can tell, it's the same. I like the white one better just because it's white and you can see it better. I just ran out of the white. I bought both. Does it shrink well? Yeah, check out some of the other live streams. We did a full Tesla Model 3 with it. Back window. So that gives you like a really strong shrinking example. And then just in general, watch some of the other streams that have me using, like Pro Classic or something. Which back in the a little earlier, we were doing a lot of Pro Classic jobs, and then every once in a while we'd have a carbon job. So I tend to put carbon in the title when I do carbon, and same thing for ceramic, and not so much for the Pro Classic. So it definitely shrinks flat, like pretty fast. Not quite as fast as, let's say, Pro Classic, but it's smooth. Very smooth. And quick enough. that's what that line is. That. There's just the water line. Why so quiet? I don't know. Try not to be. Sometimes it's for focus, though. When we get our ceramics, especially, get that sucker close. I want to get in some tool comparisons, though, on stream. So hopefully we'll be doing that soon. I think we need to mix things up just a little bit here. Doing the roll-ups, I always crease it where you pull the liner. So you can absolutely have little folds there, but you shouldn't make like a super. It's not going to be a big crease. So I'm not pressing on that area and pushing it down. I'm rolling it up and then sliding it into that. So it's kind of, it'll have like a little bend there, but it's easy to press out. Some more so than others, though. Some might be like a little crease, but you can definitely heat them out. So the lighter the window is, the easier it's going to be. Like the lighter the seal is, the easier it's going to be to kind of make that disappear. But presto, it'll go away. I should not have done that. There, like that. Sweet. So when I get customers that call, should I have a disclaimer in there that says they may be streams? This call may be broadcast for quality assurance. Sweet. Those are all the roll downs now. Roll downs, rear quarters. Unfortunately, oh God. Hello, Tint Studio. How can I help you?
Hi, wanted to see if I could stop by and have you guys take a look at the driver and passenger side. I wanted to get them tinted my truck.
Yeah, we could take a look. We're a little booked out right now, though, so we wouldn't be able to get it in today.
Oh, you wouldn't?
No, our earliest available is going to be near the end of July, actually. We're really booked out right now.
You guys are
Yeah, a lot of places right now are going to be booked up this time. It's just the season, so the demand just hit us like crazy. Yep, no problem. Have a good one. You guys are humping. Your vehicle may be used for training. Yeah, exactly. Same guy as before. It sounded like it, yeah. Although, the other one asked about a BMW 3 Series, where that guy was asking about a truck. I gotta work on talking to clients too, a little bit. Like, I mean, I do with every phone call, but I need to get what I say down a little bit better. Or follow up with something. What's extra annoying to me is always the, like, I have so much content, and when I get cold called from people that have just never seen any of it, it's always, it's a little bit difficult because I'm just like everybody else. So what I would like is to at least have more people that have kind of seen at least what goes on here, so they kind of just better understand like the situation. You're like, oh, he live streams a lot of what he does, cares. It's not just about pricing, but when you have somebody that calls just about pricing, obviously they've never really looked into it much past like, hey, I want to get my own car tinted. Let's go. I need it now. It's probably somebody that was watching the stream. How do we facilitate that too? That'd be interesting. I know for a fact that there was a tint shop that called me that wanted to know pricing, so that they just had a better idea or used the same pricing. I don't know. But on caller ID, it was like blah 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 window tint, and I'm like, you're a window tint shop, and he's like, Oh yeah, this is the ceramic, by the way. Like it says in the title, but like sometimes when I'm shrinking it, like Pro Nano, no joke, is the best shrinking ceramic film that I've used, period. I had a video on it like way back too. I guess not that way back, a couple years ago now. It shrinks. That's it. It just shrinks. Some of the other ones were like rubbery and you had to finesse them and just put a lot more heat, and they were fine, but they took time. Do you still work at the glass shop? Till the 9th. The 9th is going to be my last day there, and then we're full time here. You do PPF? No. No, I don't do anything else other than specialize in window tinting. I think there's something to be said about somebody that specializes in what they do, rather than try and bring on every other service. If you do, though, you need people. You're just rearranging your time. So like, I didn't figure that out till much later. It was just like, yeah, they all kind of seem to like supplement my time. And then I was just like, oh yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So when you have like PPF, vinyl, ceramic coatings, detailing, like it all takes time. So the time that I'm away from tinting, trying to sneak this in here. The time that I'm away from tinting is like tinting's not making money, so this is making money, and then they all kind of seem to somewhat balance themselves out one way or another. Like, you know, you charge more for PPF because it takes more time. Material cost is more. So, like, if you can just get more money for it, then why not just do that too? So, but yeah, it's like if I were to learn something else, it probably would have been like taillights, and then I felt like if I learned, okay, so like a taillight like this, it's not exactly the most straightforward of things. It starts here, it goes all the way up here, right? Like you need some wrapping skills. So if I'm gonna start doing taillights, then I could start doing like hoods, and then I could start doing stripes, and then I could start doing full bumpers, and this, and that, and the other thing. And then at the end of the day, it's like, all right, how much am I making off of this? What did I have to do to learn it all? And at the end, like, am I doing more or doing the same? Or just something else? So, learn it and kind of understand it, and then have somebody else handle most of the work. And then you do what you do best. I'm surprised we got a blade in there. But we did. Do you do a lot of sun strips? Not a ton, but enough. Oh, fuck. I thought that was a little goofy. Oh, I didn't know it was that goofy. Oh, boys, we fucked up real bad now. Have you ever seen a plotter just make a really janky cut? That's what we did here. We just... Oh, fuck me. All right. There ain't no saving that one. We cut straight across, and I had this mental note that was like, it's a little weird, but whatever. So the glass aid let go on that little bend there and went and pulled straight. I blame it on the squeegee. This one's not as good as my Libman squeegee, but it works. So we had a little residue or something there. So we're gonna have to start over. Kinda. Can we? Sorry. I thought of a name for my business. Somebody else already has it. They also have a YouTube channel. What do you think of using the same name? Don't do it. Think of something else. There are opportunities where like it looks like something's not used anymore. And then in that case, you might be able to like pick up that stuff. But don't copy. Just come up with your own thing. The name is not the business. You are the business. So, while it would be nice to have that name, don't take it from them, or don't try to. You can also get into other types of problems doing that because something's registered under a particular name, then you actually can't register the same name. Make it a fun little lawsuit in the mail or something. I don't know. Cease and desist. Change your name. It happens. Yeah, there's like that's with a bunch of stuff that I've been interested in. Like, I mean, Tint Studio, right? Tint Studio is a business. Detroit Tint Studio is not. And then it's in more like, tint is in more than even just window tinting. It's like makeup, and that if you look up tint.studio, it's some makeup website, and I was like, oh. But yeah, I wanted to do like a Tint Studio domain, and I had to do Detroit Tint Studio to do that. You got to be creative. Fortunately, there's usually people that are always creative, more creative before you are, and then you have to figure something else out. But speaking of that, doing like having like, there's a difference between having a cool name and having like an easy searchable name. By the way, it wasn't your business name. Oh, you know, it did pop into my head for a second. It's like, he has a business and a YouTube channel. I wonder if he's wanting my name. No, so it does. I don't know. There's some creative things that you can do, but keep thinking. Oh yeah, but what I was saying, there's two types of names. There's one that sounds cool and you want your name to be, but that is hard to find. And then there's being searchable. So putting certain keywords into your name and or your description just makes you easier to find. So at the end of the day, do you want a cool name or do you want to be found? So there can be a little bit more to be said with a cool sounding name and like long-term branding. But at the end of the day, with a window tint, it's like, nobody fucking knows who you are. They just want a good tint job. So, I don't know. And then you can still have like a less cool name and still be like very well regarded. So, I don't know. I said them before. Let's use a couple examples here. Like actually there's a lot of them. So like one of the cool names that was always overused was like something like Eclipse. Everybody loved to use Eclipse in their name. And it's like, that could be anywhere. But then when you put like the city that you're tinting in your name, that's a lot stronger for being searched, because now it's just like you're searching the city or the nearest major city. So like something like a Chicago Auto Pros, like, yeah, it's probably not as cool to be Chicago Auto Pros versus like Hellfire Window Tinting. I don't know, but you get what I mean. Trust me, putting Detroit in my name wasn't my first thought. I have black in my last name, so I wanted to play around with that. Like literally matte black. Come on. But the first two words of mine are Detroit Tint. There you go. And then I just crush it in video. You look up a video of tint, who do you find? Find other people, but you always find mine there too. Always. You looking up for a specific car, a lot of time, you're gonna come across mine. I don't want to name my city name because if I move, that is a good point. Uh-oh. 1 second. I gotta do something here real quick. There's a car I gotta go look at. Canon. All right, you guys talk to yourself for a minute.
Starting new shop, suns out, buns out, window tinting. Haha. I like it. If you would have a tint training, would you live stream it? Hi. Window tint mafia LOL. Where is Matt? With a customer. I bet he's talking to someone that called. Yum yum. He got kidnapped. TNX. Nice rack. Oh no. Yum yum. Ah ha 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 ha. He had to go number 2. LOL. Turd pie. Ran out of coffee. H. Think that guy with the truck. No dancing on the dance floor.
Oh, you guys. Wow, my headphones actually work all the way out there now. That's crazy. What time is it? 1 o'clock? All right, we're doing great. No, I have one window. I did a Impala the end of the other day, and unfortunately, I used one of the Blue Max squeegees, and there was an area that had a little bit more water. Turned out to be a little bit of air in there too that I just couldn't see. So it mostly was dried out, but there was like a few bubbles. And then there still was like some of it, like it was still pretty full of water too. So like those little spots were still pretty full of water. So I told them to come back just a little bit later and I can take care of it today. It's all good. Fortunately, I can't get it done right this minute. So I gotta fix that later. It's all good. It'll go away in a year. Nope. No. Some people might say it'll dry out, and the water would have dried out. But air spots definitely don't. All right, what do you think? You think we cut this one properly this time? Have you ever tinted a vehicle, found out the window doesn't roll down? Oh yeah, for sure. And I always would catch it late too. So I'd be like halfway through the car, go to roll the window down, and then like it would be like a double cut, right? And then it's on the driver's side or something. And then you just go to roll it down, and then it doesn't. And you're like, customer's not here, halfway through the car. Now I gotta try and get him on the phone and go, hey, your window doesn't roll down, which you've already been working on it, so hopefully they realize that it wasn't. And then it's just another, how do you want to do this? Do you want to go get the window fixed and then bring it back, or do you want me to just do it right now as is? And then they're like, can you fix it? And I'm like, nope. Yep, definitely ran into those situations. So there's going to be a couple little glue bits on here. I already saw. There's one there. There's one there. Didn't look like there was very much at all. Just a couple little ones. Is this going to stay up? I think so. Oh, he's got stickers there too. We're going to cover up his bike. We don't want to get it wet. it worked when you dropped it off. Yeah. Oh, there's a little more here. Okay. All right, let's get some adhesive remover. Just a little bit. Yeah, it's all sorts of things. There was, I think one of the worst ones that I ever had. It was so blatant. It was so funny, too, to me. I just pawned it off on the owner. I was like, you deal with this person. I got to get going. It was like a Suburban, and it was beat to hell. And then they took like a half an hour to like pick the shades, and it was just like a really weird combo. It was like, yeah, let's just do the doors to save some money. It was at a not so nice part of town. And they ended up just doing like the doors, like 20 over the factory, 20 on the back doors, nothing on the very back, which is factory tinted, and then something on like 35 on like the front doors or something. It was just 4 doors, and I was like, okay, that's goofy. And then I did it. They pull out into the parking lot, they loop straight around, pull back in, and they're just like, what'd you do to my car? They're like, oh my God, it's just clunking, and what? It's like, I pulled it straight in, I tinted it, and I pulled it out. Whoa, I don't know what you did. And fucking, I'm not dealing with this. There was somebody years ago that said I drove their car 20 to 30,000 miles. They're like, you put way more mileage on my car. What'd you do? I didn't take it on the road. Well, you must have, because there's way more mileage on it now. It's like, so you're saying I somehow managed to drive across the United States probably twice, back and forth, and managed to tint your car in the last 3 hours. That's just amazing if that's possible. You just run into all types of people. I didn't even know how to react with that one. That one to me was just like, hey. No, we didn't add mileage to your car. We tinted it. The end. Oh, I'm gonna trip myself. Okay, so this is similar to a lot of hatchbacks here. Very similar. Like, kind of reminds me of the Golf, but not like in a much easier way. Just have the paneling that kind of comes in a little bit, but it's definitely looser tolerances on all the sides and stuff. So pretty easy to get in place. Unusual to have like a fuzzy back right here. I did another Volvo wagon, and it was the exact same way on the back. So I guess they like putting fuzz on some of the lower areas here. Like all this, you don't normally see that. Ooh, we had a gap there. No gap now. Little gap there. No gap now. This is where you really gotta kind of check all your angles. So you like get this all lined up, you kind of like do a half look up here, you squeeze it all out, and then you get like way up here, and there's a gap, and then you put the hatch down, and that's exactly where you look through. What? I have a VW Golf MK6. I don't know which one is which. Golfs generally are not that easy. Tighter seals, back windows can be a little tough to shrink, and the paneling on the back gets a little annoying to to install the tint without removing it. Yeah, this is the hybrid blade. We sharpened it up a little bit. It works nice. I really always like the hybrid. It's just any blade that's more expensive that you can nick pretty quickly is kind of like a getting a brand new blade and nicking it within a couple of cars is no fun. So the hybrid actually lasts a fair amount, and then it was easy to sharpen up. So we're using that one for right now. Who knows what we'll be using next month or next week. Okay, let's do these ones. We got a little bit left. We do. Sweet. Thank you for that video on the Jeep. I finally know how to do that window on a Jeep Cherokee. Back window. Oh, cool. With a spoiler in the way? Any of those. Like this has kind of one of those spoilers that would almost get in the way. It's not quite there, but it's almost there. A little bit of adhesive right there. I don't know if there's anything on the windshield though. Hopefully not. That'd be nice. Yeah, so that, caravans, there's quite a few SUVs that have that same style where they put like a little spoiler over the back, and then the glass kind of pinches right up to it. If you have, like on this one, if you have a little bit of space, like this one, the glass, the end of it is here, so I got quite a bit of room in between here and the spoiler that's on here. And then on like caravans, Cherokees, and stuff like that, the glass, the little border goes all the way up here, so yeah, it's pinched. Yeah, we're gonna use this scrubby. Neat. Adhesive gone. Uh-oh. Hopefully we didn't just over round our corners like a dummy. So much space. So much space back here. How dark? Not super dark. We're going 20 on the back, so basically factory. 35 in the front and 50 on the windshield. Really comfortable shades all the way around. So if you want something that, like, as for heat block, you get it across the board with ceramic. So you can go as light or as dark as you want. And as far as like driving around with it, it's what I have on the Blazer right now. Which I generally like a little darker. So 20 and 35 is like, I really like how comfortable that is for glare. But if you're ever worried about sticking out too much. Going like 50 and 35. It's really, really nice. Some people just do 20 on the front doors, or like darker on the front doors. And it's like, nah, you gotta, if you combine it with like a little bit of a lighter shade on the front doors with the windshield, it just changes everything. Oh, we're gonna let you tack up a little bit here. There we go. Let's check it out. Ooh. It's like weld splatter on the outside. That's unusual. Thought there were some speckles there, but maybe they'll scrape off. Maybe they're little sap things or something, but they're pretty hard. Hard little specks there. But inside's good. The inside was all smooth, so that's really, really good. Means that the window's gonna look great. Oh, there we go. Same thing on this side. Make sure any of that make sure that adhesive, if there's any that's off. When are you gonna do classes? I don't have a date yet. I would like to be able to work in 2 different types of programs, but I don't know if I'll be able to. So I think the way to go for sure is plan out like a small event style class where it'll probably be 3 days. I think 3 days I think is slightly overkill. Because you learn so much in the first 2 days, and the third day kind of becomes like a kickback day. Because a lot of tinting is understanding concepts and then practicing. Go for it. I don't know how the camera changed. Anyway. There we go. That one's going well. So yeah, I don't know exactly when we'll do classes yet, but we'll have them. Dang it. How does that happen? It's like one little guy right there. On a quarter. Ugh, that's probably done. Like one. Ugh. Let's see. Do we fix it? Or do we make it worse? I don't even think we fixed it. I think that's still in there. Oh, what a bummer. It's like one little hair-like dust speck. It's too long. It's not like a little circle speck. It's too long. Hey, you want to be useful? Yeah, I want to be useful. Okay. This is the back window. This will come in real handy right now. So, flip it that way. So liner that way, glue this way. Okay, cool. Gonna make it useful. But yeah, having those extra, so finally having the ability to have a full week schedule here is gonna help out a lot. They figured out that's that's why I didn't want to do classes for a little bit. I'm like, I just got my situation here and I really like it, and it's nice to kind of be able to stream and handle a little extra work, and then that's it for the rest of the day. But then I had Tuesdays and Fridays where I was working a full day, and I couldn't do anything else other than tint that day. So there's no streams. It's just a money-making day. So at the end of the day, I get kind of wiped out of that. So we'll be able to do some type of class, and I'm trying to figure out if I want to do 2 or 3, but I don't know. I'm guessing we'll do 3 because it's tough. When you travel, it kind of turns into like a bit more of a thing, right? But I don't know. I think 2 days is almost as effective as 3. Never tinted before, but I'm gonna go get tint and try and tint my Suzuki. Nice. Have fun. You'll learn a lot. And you'll know a little bit more now going into it. Sweet. All right. We are good on this one. So all the back. All we have left is the full windshield. And what time is it? It's 1 o'clock. Wow, we're doing great. Which is good because I added extra time. Because I knew I'd get towards 1 o'clock and it's too tight. With the stream, ceramic on a wagon, everything, when I get to the full windshield, that's where I'm really starting to hustle, and I don't ever want to feel like I'm hustling a job like this. Want to spend the time, make sure it turns out right, so we're going to be doing 50. Might have to open a new roll here, but we'll see. What knife do you recommend? The red dot. The NT red dot, this guy right here. What film do you recommend for a beginner? Head over to Tint Depot and Maybe it wasn't clicked. Tint Depot. Oh, there we go. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. But I linked a something in chat for you, so you get a whole list of recommendations on Tint Depot. What software do you recommend? With a plotter? I don't. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Any of the good ones seem to be locked down. So there's like a couple of them that I was more fond of, but they're locked down to their particular films. So that kind of blows. So if the company that you're with doesn't already have software that they're trying to sell you, they might not have it, and then you're kind of just like left to the third-party ones, and they're kind of just, meh. I don't know. It was funny. The one that I really liked was DAP, and that was after looking at all these other ones. And I heard a story the other day that was the installer at the shop was not very fond of their patterns, and I was like, really? And then he ended up using a different software later on because DAP cut them off. And then he really hated patterns after that. It's like, yeah, they were the ones that gave me hope for software, but it's locked down. Yeah, it's a weird thing that they do. It obviously makes business sense for them. And everybody else can go F you. The part that really gets me, though, is like, it's about territories. And that sucks. So it's like, even if you wanted to sign up with them, and you're like, all right, I'm ready to be a dealer, you might not even be able to be one. So you just, sorry. That sucks. It sucks a lot. But there's good and bad with it. That's just my general thoughts about the whole lockdown situation. Because, like, what am I supposed to recommend? I don't know. It's either bad software, or bad, mediocre, or it's locked down. That's it. Somebody's got to come out with a new one. And nope. Not going to be me yet. Maybe sometime in the very long future, but I just hand cut, so I'm okay. So he taught me this trick with this one, but I don't think I have to use it. Although right now, here, it's just in that funny spot. We'll be fine. Just need to rearrange this just a little bit here. So on this one, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna prop up the wiper just a little bit. It'll never be like hand cut. Yeah, it can be close enough to where it's really acceptable. There, that's what I'm gonna do. There. But yeah, it can't be, because every window is a little bit different. So when you're like custom cutting to every car, that's something that a plotter can't do regardless, because plotter has a one-size-fits-all pattern. And while most of the glass is going to be very similar, there's always going to be little variants from one car to the next. It's a small thing. And you're usually fine with just using plotted patterns, but you want that extra little bit, I mean, and you could always cut your top edges regardless. But it's just one extra thing that you have to do. That was really annoying to see, actually. There's this, yeah, the groups are so funny sometimes. Like, I love this software. It's amazing. I never had a problem with it. And you see how they use it, and they cut all the sides and whatever out with the plotter, and then they hand cut all the top edges. And I was like, oh, well, you're not even using the whole pattern. Alright. That makes sense why you would love it. Because those top edges are shit. It's a good opportunity. Create a website where people can upload patterns. Yeah. Most are lazy. There'd only be a handful that would actually do it. Once the car is done, like, they're pretty much done, moving on to the next thing. So the other problem is you either need to mail them to somebody that can scan them in and turn them into the correct file, or you need to be able to scan it in yourself and maybe check for quality control, because there'll be little differences there too. And unfortunately, without the car there, you don't know. And that was what was really... That's the shortcoming of a lot of the third-party softwares, was they don't... As far as I know, they would just crowdsource their patterns anyways. So they would just cut a deal to some tinters to send them patterns. Like, hey, we'll give you free software or whatever for patterns. They're all cool with that. And then they just scan them in, and there you go. But you can't quality check any of that. So to cut, to get a car, cut everything, scan it, and then test fit and make adjustments, it's really time consuming. Probably could do it in a day or less, but like for every car that's coming out, and so it's like, whew. Some top edges are terrible. Yeah, that was generally where a lot of them fail. You get top edges or they're short. Just quality control. And then the arguments that I hear from people are, yeah, you just kind of get used to it. All right, that's fine. That's what you want to do with your software, then that's fine. Good for high production. So if you're just trying to get cars in and out the doors, you're making shortcuts anyways, so just... It's a little funny at the top edge, and it'll probably be fine. What kind of watch? It's the Galaxy Watch. Like one of the... It's the first one with the little turny thingy. I like the turny thingy. I wasn't really interested in getting a new one, but if we're going to be using... I don't know. It seemed handy. To be able to talk to talk to people and a little speaker so you guys can kind of hear it and I can keep working. That's cool. You guys can hear people go, oh, I don't want to wait that long, or oh, that's too expensive. I didn't recognize these Apple phones. Yeah, they've got a good watch too. I bought it and then the battery swelled and I just never took it in to get it fixed. But I was sad because it never paired with Android either. But I had an iPhone at the time. There we go. Good God. All right, how much room do we have on this? Oh, we got space for days. Except on these. Anytime you can see that much of the border, including the bottom, it's a good sign. Very good sign. Then you're just less that you got to fight with. Yeah. Big stretch. Oh, almost. Was that a new pouch? Oh. I was confused. You said punch. Pouch. No, it's Avery Dennison. I've had it for a long time. It holds basically everything that you need on hand, and it's solid. And it's like, I don't know, anywhere from like, it's like 40 to 60 bucks, depending on where you buy it from. Here we go. All right, windshield. It's all set. Prep the inside, throw a towel in there, roll it up. Should be good. We might want to clean up this shrink a little bit. All right, so when somebody tells me, all right, look at this. Let's get the heat gun. Little shrink lesson here, or all right, little shrink lesson or kind of what to look out for. So this might seem pretty flat, and it is. There's a sticker here, so that's one reason it kind of got shrunk the way that it did. But it's like, it's a little bit wavy in here if you get the light right. So most of this is fine. It'll lay down on the inside. You might have a finger or two popping up, but that's kind of like, you know, if I go to install my tint and I still have fingers on the side, it's like I shrunk it. Why do I still have fingers on the inside? It's because, well, it wasn't really flat. So all this is all flush with the windshield. Nothing's rolling up, nothing's fingering out or anything like that. So, but here with these little guys, so what you'd want to do in that case is grab your heat gun. And then just smooth this down, and now you can see all this that bunched up here. That's what you still should probably shrink out. Again, little ones that pop up in the inside, you can spend a little bit of time and get them to shrink down, and you usually be fine. But every finger has a chance to suck up some dirt and whatnot. But definitely happened because there was the sticker here. You can shrink over those too. Like, don't worry about it. But just in case you were wondering, like, hey, we shrunk my film, but I'm still getting fingers on the inside. You gotta keep going. Keep going there. Do we have a rope? Yeah, we do. It's over here. Ooh. No. Use this one. Look at all that space. Maybe you can put a rope in here. Oh, wow. I didn't guess the middle at all. Yes. See, look at that clearance. Now I can clearly see the bottom. Plenty of space to kind of like tuck that film down there a little bit, unroll it, and then this isn't getting so much in your way. This will get a little bit, but could be worse. Could be much worse. Pretty flat dashboard too. All right. Now, we did run across, hello. We did run across some adhesive on a lot of the other windows. Little bits, nothing major, but enough to be concerned. So on this one, could be the same thing, but more often than not, in this state, windshields have not been tinted, but it could have any number of stickers from like oil change or, I don't know, inspection sticker from another state, recreation pass. What else do they like to throw on there? Anyways. It's looking pretty clean. Let's grab our squeegee. We need a side swipe. Let's go get that. Should be the last thing that we need. And our big squeegee. I got one of these again. I miss those. There it is. I knew it I agree. You're lucky you don't have inspection stickers. Man, I can't. Yeah. Yeah, that area is typically clean. It would drive me absolutely insane to always have to scrape off a inspection sticker. I don't know if Michigan's ever going to do that. I'm surprised that they haven't to some level. Seems like I don't know. They charge us yearly registration. I think this last year was like 200 something for like yearly registration. And then our roads are just horrible. There we go. I'm not gonna push it any farther. We'll sideswipe the rest of this, keep it nice and clean. All right. Now, for the reverse roll, how do we keep it clean on the side? I don't know. We'll just kind of go through it like we normally do and just copy what I do, and hopefully it'll go well for you. So this is something that I do on every reverse roll. Before I roll it up, I take a big old squeegee. I have like the green Libum one that, just look at any other windshield video that I've done recently, and you can see it. And then, so we wipe it down and then we squeegee it. This is like the #1 thing that helped my reverse rolls turn out cleaner. And I was doing this with like a 5-inch regular squeegee handle. Let's go to Walmart or Meijer, if you know what that place is. Get yourself a big old shower squeegee, and it'll just make squeegeeing off big windows that much quicker for you. I've gone like almost a little opposite of the water that I spray on windshields too for reverse rolling. I don't know, can't describe it that much, but I used to like kind of just soak it down and like really flush it out. Trying to just kind of like do a medium mist, and then as you layer that liner back down, like there's plenty of water there to get filled into all the spots, so you're generally okay. Where did I put that? There I put it. Okay, cool. Pass through. So wipe it off. And then this spot here, don't get that like overly saturated, because you're just gonna have like a lot of water will pool up and then drip right in that middle. I've had speckles there. Was not happy. I only did that because I couldn't sweep all the water out right there as clean as I wanted. Nissan Cube, weird windows? Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's just a goofy car all the way around. I did try and do this the other day, and this kind of seemed to work out pretty well. See, look at that. That went down pretty evenly. started a tinting business in Tampa. Just want to say thank you because you taught me everything I know. Oh, well, that was nice. You're welcome. Glad to hear it, man. That's awesome. Tampa's a nice area. You got the Gulf water over there. Okay, now we're rolling it up. Haven't done anything else. Like I said, I kind of went in the complete opposite. Oh my god, I can't even get it. There we go. Oh my god, I did this reverse roll the other day. And somehow it didn't reverse roll. I don't know what happened. I rolled the whole thing. And then I started to unroll it. And I noticed like I couldn't find the liner. And then I'm like looking for the liner and like, where the hell is it? I've never matched one up this nice before. And then I realized that it never reverse rolled. I literally just took the tint and re-rolled it right to the window. And I've never been in that position before. Because like, what do? You can't really just unroll it or roll it back up and then bring it back out and save it. And I guess I could have tried to like, I ended up pulling it down and gently taking off the liner. And it worked out for that one. But man, I was in the spot. I was just literally going across like this. And it's like, yep, nice. Get it all lined up. Cool. So you see how I'm pulling this liner out, and I was just like, I can't find the liner, where is it? And then I just like, I'll just keep going. And then I got stuck. I didn't know what to do. Oh, rope, don't get in my way. Sweet. Ooh, that went nice. Oh, went really nice, I think. Everything just kind of matched up. A little bit of finagling. But it looks like... Alright, slight curve here. So I want to make sure that's all covered. Same thing for that little corner up there. 50%. Still pretty easy to see when you have a gap, but it's not the most obvious when you do. Go around, so many times. You never know. You go to squeegee it down, and then it's like, you get that sliver of a gap that you didn't see, and then you're like, sit in the driver's seat, and you're like, oh no, you can see that so clearly. Windshields are tough. Nice. Nice. It's looking pretty good. I think we're good. Another ceramic full windshield in the books. Volvo V60. Altogether, as far as wagons go, pretty straightforward. There wasn't anything on this that really made me overly concerned. You know, the borders were all pretty easy to work with. Like, you just get space. If you get like a 1/4 of an inch border around every window, then it's like, oh, sweet. You're not fighting with any paneling. A lot of windows, but still, it's all pretty straightforward. Nothing crazy to shrink. Windshield is the hardest window to shrink, but even that, pretty intermediate. Standard, I don't know. We need one more towel here. Really? Where'd they go? So all we have left is we're gonna squeegee it out, we're gonna look it over, and then we're gonna do some touch-ups, and then it should be all set to go. Yeah, this squeegee was already kind of worn out. So there were like, this was the first like big wide shower squeegee I got. And this starts to kind of just get roughed up. The other side's okay. So I suppose you could almost flip it over, but oh. One thing I need to do is figure out how to get myself from walking back and forth around the car 50 times. Tool belts help, but we need supplies on like both sides. I'm thinking of getting a couple of tool carts, keeping one on one side, one on the other, and they're both outfitted with everything. Towels, squeegees, and then everything's kind of just like right there on hand, and I can wheel it back and forth a little bit. Maybe even pop a camera or a light on it. Because this whole running back and forth thing, because I left something over here or I gotta go get it, it's like I just should have it on both sides. It'll save time. We gotta get a washer, we gotta get a dryer, gotta get an actual shop sink here. Dang. Looks good. Good stuff. What percent? We did 50 on the windshield, 35 on the sides, 20 on the back. There is no existing factory tint on this one. Sometimes there is on wagons, but not on this one. So now it's gonna look a lot more factory in the back. Hello? 1, 2, 3. Oh! Boy, oh boy. Wow, okay. That's not charged. It's gonna. Some of you guys heard. I know, I said, unfortunately, microphone battery died. So I don't have a backup. If this one dies, this is like the GoPro microphone right there. So if that one dies, that's it. There's no more audio for the day. That's it. We're done. But we just finished the car, so everything on this is all set. Just have a couple little things to touch up here. Little touch-ups and, like clean up the glass and whatnot. So almost 2. What time is it? Oh wow, that kind of like froze. 1:48. Okay, good deal. Yeah, we're doing great. Good times. So that fell pretty much in line. 3 hours total, full windshield, full wagon with the windshield. Yeah, all in ceramic. So that's always a little bit of a project. And when I say little bit, I mean a lot of bit. It's definitely a project. So I'm 5 minutes behind. Yeah, that happens with YouTube live streams. I've noticed, like, if you kind of like skip out a little bit, or if you leave a live stream and come back, you'll be behind a little bit. What percent? 50. 50 on that, 35 on the front doors, and 20 on the very back. So we still got a couple little things to clean up here. But without audio, I can't really do that on stream then. So, I mean, I suppose I can just walk around and do it, and then you guys can suffer with no audio for those of you that want to stay in for the last couple seconds. Let me do that. I'm just going to get it cleaned up. And then we'll shout out some super chats and say bye-bye. Cam link. Does that? What? Whoa. What am I hearing it on? How does this work? Can you guys hear like an echo? I can. What the heck? That's weird. Does that? No echo? Well, I mean, like, repeating what I said twice. Oh, that's why. Okay. No echo, just shop echo? Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I was hearing repeat in my headset, and I was trying to figure out why that was happening.
Alan super chatted $10. New to the stream, Matt. You
Alan,
make it look so
Alan
easy.
with the 10, thank
I
you.
just
New to
bought
the
a
stream, Matt. You make it look so
2021
easy. I just
Passat
bought a
and I
21
want to try to
Passat,
tint
and I want to
myself.
try tint myself.
I have zero
tint
tint experience.
Ooh. I hate to say it. You're going to have a tough time with the Passat, but I wish you all the luck in the world. Thank you very much for the 10. VWs have tighter seals, and especially that back. So one thing to look at the back window is that deck lid. The glass is here, and the deck lid is like that. So you got to like shove specific tools in there to sweep all that water out. It's definitely going to be tricky to get that one done. Thank you so much for the 10. Okay, my one question is there a delay on the audio? I guess there wouldn't be, right? So 1, 2, 3, that should all match up. Okay, I forgot. I didn't think this would handle audio, but I guess it makes sense. Whoa! $15 super chat, thank you.
Versatility super chat.
Slight delay?
$14.99. Been a while.
Well, I guess we
Matt,
won't
keep
use
it
that.
up, dude.
We'll just use it as an emergency. Been a while. Keep up the streams. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, versatility with the 15. Yeah, it has been a while. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. I still know you hang around, which is cool. Been a while for a super chat. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Yay. Look at that. Looks good. I'll have to check out the delay with this one and what it sounds like. So this is the inbuilt 8 mic, which I don't use because I forgot that I could. But there's always like, I gotta use the other mic. The other mic's gonna be a little bit better anyways. Plus it's convenient. But I forgot, with the cam link that I use for the GoPro, I don't actually need the small mic, but if the audio is not quite in sync, then that's tough to manage. This is a problem I dealt with before with the old RTMP setup. Alrighty, looking good. Sweet. Oh yeah, and that back hatch, that's the last one we gotta look at. Forgot about that one. Try to catch them when I can, busy with life. Used to watch them from start to end when I had free times. I pioneered my tint career, so gotta show the love back. Oh, that's cool. Well, if you're ever gonna have an excuse not to watch them, being busy with tint work is a pretty damn cool reason. Though you could put them on in the background. Just saying. That's all good. I'm teaching people how to make my stream obsolete, I guess. Watch until you know everything that I know and then keep going. That's how it goes with a lot of stuff, though. It's what happened for me with particular live streamers. Like, there's, oh my god, there's some of them that are so cool. And then you kind of like learn everything that they have to teach, and you're like, Cool. So we can close this now. Dang. Dang. Got one little guy. This little one. See that? I want the dot matrix to all kind of like even out there. Nah, I'd still watch. Love the tint life. Aw, well, thank you. What percentage? Have we said that yet? Do you own multiple shops? Whoa, go easy on me. We just started this one. Just the one. And I am the one that does almost all the work. I do all the tint work, so everything that goes in and out of here is something I do. I'm one of those people that texted you about Glass 8. You sent me some rolls. I appreciate it. Oh, you're welcome. Glad I could help out. I had a couple that I sent that somehow got returned to sender. I don't know. I sent them to the addresses that they told me, and then they still got sent back. And I'm like, what the fuck? All right, so we did. Oh, this looks good. I'm really happy with this one. Wondering what this is though. Looks like there's like a little bit of overspray. So I don't know. Oh, cause it. Yeah, that's what it is. I'll get a fresh razor before we do much to it. Let's just take care of it here. So we got a 230 coming in. So that one's gonna be handled off stream. Needs like a glass polish or something. It's like kind of coming off and kind of not. Looks like it was sitting under in some type of water for a while. I'd make that drive to meet you, but I know it's intrusive on your work days. If you like catch it at the right time, it's cool. Yeah, it's just difficult to plan. Like I've had people that want to come out and it's like, I don't know if I'm streaming. It's tough. It really is. Cause like, I finally have a shop and I'm here. And then like people will pop in here and there for like a quote or something. And then all of a sudden like if I'm streaming, I have to kind of drop the stream to go handle that, but it's pretty minimal, so it works out. And then, yeah, this is definitely weld splatter. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out someday. But classes or something, we'll figure that out soon enough. Sweet. Let's grab the key. Last thing, grab the key. Shut the door. Ta-da! There it is. So we're factory 20 in the back. 35 on the front doors. 50 on the windshield. This is a really, really clean look. I like this a lot. So looks factory enough in the back. It's not going overly dark or anything like that. It's a cool look. I like it. All right. I like that. Looks like a road trip car. It does. It does for sure. What software would you recommend for GraphTech? I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. There's some third-party plotter softwares. Every one of them has pattern problems. What's the difference between superior charcoal, ceramic extreme, and high performance charcoal? It'll list the differences between the two on the site. But basically, like superior charcoal is a dyed film, ceramic extreme is a ceramic, and high performance charcoal, high performance is where it gets confusing. So that's typically a metallized film. HP, there's like NR and there's HP. NR is non-reflective. And they use that for basically all automotive dyed films. Some people just put it in the name, so like you have Avery NR and NR Pro. And then with a lot of companies, sometimes they have like, you know, HP Pro or HP Charcoal or something like that. It's typically a metallized film. Is your shop air conditioned? The upfront area is, and we have like drop ceiling tiles, so a good amount of that actually kind of spills over into here, so it keeps it a fair bit cooler in here than outside, so I keep that running while I'm here. It's much more comfortable than my other garage was. So big tall ceilings and everything here, but we're like, I don't know, close enough to it that it spills over. It's nice. I like it because it is definitely humid outside. I wish the heater worked a little bit better, because on the really cold days, it's pretty cold in here. But it's okay enough. We like hoodies. How much did the tint cost? On this, I actually underquoted this one a little bit, but it was $6. Any new changes to the front room, or still it's still the same? Still the same. Now that I'm have an end date on the glass shop, I'm definitely like I'll have more time, more appointments here, so probably more streams for sure, and then we'll be adding to it with I think some classes here soon enough. But again, something I gotta work on in my spare time and get that going. Much easier when you all of a sudden have time to work on it, rather than cramming it into everything else. That's why it doesn't get done. But yeah, I want to put a sink like over there, washer and dryer sink. Just some little things like that that'll make this way more convenient, because hauling rags back and forth to home is, I forget them. That place is perfect for a giant glass board. It would be pretty cool. I don't know what to do exactly, but I was thinking of making a couple of tint tool carts. And then I want to do cabinets along this here, right along the floor here. Do some cabinets there. And I'm talking to another company about doing a tool wall. So Sun Distributing is going to help me out with doing some stuff like that here pretty soon. Any recommendations on plotters for beginners? Plotters I don't recommend cheaping out on. It's kind of like you go all into a plotter and get the software. There isn't really, like, there are some budget plotters, like US Cutter and stuff. I just haven't messed with them. Going full-time with your shop? Yep. We'll be full-time here. So we were already like full-time with the business, but yeah, we were jumping back and forth still. And things have been consistent enough now that we can definitely add stuff here and weather out if we have like slower times and stuff like that. Like there's putting more focus into here is going to be a really good thing. Like I always do, I have 1 foot in one door, 1 foot in another door until it's kind of really ready to make that transition over, and we're to that point right now. I don't just like screw this and then jump into another thing. So it was really kind of tricky. Like we started the channel. I was tinting for other places and whatnot, and then I rented a house, set up the garage to tint, and we were doing that and kind of building up our own client base and learning how to do everything. And then we had to make a real quick jump into a physical space. That was this one. And so during that time, I still, like when I was sitting at home, I still had 2 accounts. And I was jumping around doing my own personal and then setting that up for a few days and doing the other accounts a couple more days. And then one of the accounts just through COVID disappeared. So then it was here. It was home in the glass shop. Then we moved into here in the glass shop, and now I actually have to just cut the glass shop off entirely. It's just too much here. So, which is a good thing, really good thing. So I'm excited for it. Hope you get the tape I shared with you yesterday. I should have used it today, but I've never been a taper. I'm with you on never been a taper. But yeah, thank you for the recommendation. I really appreciate it. I have like a couple that people told me about that I could find locally that I'm going to go look at eventually. Hello from Cambodia. I always watch the way you tint a window until I can tint a window. Open a shop here. Thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, good luck. Start out, I always recommend starting out small. Start out small, make your space really nice and clean. You can put a lot into a small space. You don't need a big space at all. I don't need any of this extra square footage. It's just I have it. Not exactly by choice, but it's not a bad thing to have. It's just kind of intimidating. As you see, everything happens here. So, alrighty. So that's going to be all for today. I'm catching up on coffee, too. Next stream is going to be Monday. We have a couple weeks here of streams. So through next week and the next week, next 2 weeks are already booked. Those are consistent. And then I'm actually taking a vacation here from the 12th to the 24th. So we won't have streams during that time. That's going to be personal family time. I will be in Texas. I've been lucky to get a shop with one guy, and we're doing good, but sadly doesn't use GeoShield. It's all right, as long as you're doing well. So sad. It's all good. No, that's awesome. That's really cool to see. Gonna have to start using Matico? Matico's not one I know of. They're a pretty decent-sized company, but not a film I'm super familiar with. They're just like them, Johnson's, and a couple of other ones in that range. Those are just kind of the ones that, like, decent-sized companies, never really interacted with them. I don't know why. I just haven't. Stream elements. All right. Yeah, I probably have work stuff to catch up on, too. Sometimes I forget how long I've been streaming. But let's shout out some super chats. I still love to use Geo here and there. It is my stomping grounds. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad you like the film. You're gonna move to Texas? I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have time to explain it right now. Okay. So big big shout outs to super chats here. Versatility, Alan, KK, Daniel. Thank you so much. Jose with the first one of today too. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. I always appreciate it, and thank you to everybody for hanging out, for chatting. I don't know. Things have been a little bit low key lately. I'm gonna try and I don't know. I want to change it up just a little bit here. Still keep the same theme, but I don't know. I got to work on it a little bit. So, but with that, we're moving more into here. Should be fun. I will see you guys on Monday with another stream. So have a good one. I will see you then. Bye-bye.